Thank you very much for this chance to introduce myself, where I come from. Dept. My real name is Fatla Work. What does Miss Fatla Work? Doctor, what does Miss Fatla Work mean? Gold, made out of gold. I've been in America since 1988. I used to live in Los Angeles. I moved here in '94 in Seattle. I am married. I have a lovely husband. I'm Ethiopia, from Addis Ababa, in the capital city. I have a big family. I used 11 kids, but now 10. My mom and my dad passed away. And all my family, except one sister, they all live in Seattle and Addis Ababa. I have 11 nephew and niece. I have extended family, uncle, son, aunt, son. We are very big family. I grew up very close community, and that spread. Since I moved in America, I always to connect to my next neighbor. I don't want to separate myself, because that's my foundation, where I come from, to connect and live with the community together. When I used to live in Los Angeles, after I married my husband, my next door, my next neighbor, I just knocked the door to ask something. Please, do you have these things? Can I borrow from you? The people laugh at me. I don't know this lady, but this is where I came from. I have culture, I have faith, I have my family value. Since I came to this country, I want to share that. I want to share my belief. I want to share my love. I truly believe what love means. Love means love your family, love your neighbors, love the people surround you. That energy, that foundation, I brought to this all different community people, different people, background, belief, where you come from. It doesn't matter for me, because that soul, that energy, the more I connect to other people, the more I get joy, good feeling, celebrate life. So I can say more what I brought from my culture, where I came from. I can share more, I can tell you more. So now I don't want to take more time. We have only 15 minutes, so I'll show the video. If you have any question, I have Dr. Alula here. They know more about Ethiopia. He will answer any question. Also, Ato Asaye is here. Also, my very active, right? Also, she's able to answer any question. Go ahead and let's see about Ethiopia.
A city with 97 ancient mosques, where men feed the wild beasts of the field.
That's good. Trist. We have to see this country.
Imagine embarking on a journey to the place where the human race began. to a land of myth and legend, dating back to the first historical records. To the seat of an ancient kingdom, which traded using its own gold, silver and bronze coinage, at a time when most of the world was still engaged in barter. Welcome to Ethiopia. Wherever you may be, finding your way to Addis Ababa will not be difficult, as it is served by Ethiopian Airlines and 9 other international carriers. Whether you are in Addis Ababa in transit, for a brief stopover, or as part of a longer trip, a city tour is a must. Addis Ababa today presents the face of the modern cosmopolitan Africa, with its mirror-fronted high-rises, hotels, banks, modern shopping malls, public buildings and monuments. Impressive by day, even more so by night. Addis Ababa has a number of museums where visitors can learn a lot about the nation's rich culture and history. This is one of Africa's fastest developing cities. Countless souvenir shops around the city, and in the great central market, or Mercato, you can find crafts, textiles and artifacts all over the country. In an area as big as France and Spain combined, it seems that nature has chosen Ethiopia as a showpiece for its full variety and diversity. Travel to the roof of Africa and the icy peaks of the Simien Mountains. Here in the Afro-Alpine Bali Mountains, one can experience the heat of the Sahara by day and the cold of Siberia by night. travel to one of the lowest places on Earth, in a depression below the Rift Valley. In Ethiopia, nature, culture and history are inextricably intertwined. From the Cape of Good Hope to the Arctic Circle, nowhere in the world has more to tell about human history than the deserts of Ethiopia. It was the sandy soils of the Afar region that presented the 3.5 million year old bones of Lucy to the world. Alongside the physical beauty of the country, there is the amazing diversity of its 74 million inhabitants, consisting of more than 85 nations, nationalities and linguistic groups. As you travel throughout the country, you may receive a welcome in any one of 200 dialects. Amharic is the working language of the country, but in the various cities and towns throughout Ethiopia, English, Arabic, French and Italian are also spoken. For the visitor, exploring Ethiopia's rich cultural mosaic is an exciting journey. The southern part of Ethiopia is a mosaic of colourful cultures and customs, with more than 56 nations and nationalities. Seven years younger than the Western Gregorian calendar, Ethiopia's unique Julian calendar celebrates cultural and religious festivals 13 months a year. The harmonious coexistence between the major religious faiths is there to see, people worshipping in their mosques and churches side by side. Then there are the Olympic heroes who have carried Ethiopia's flag in stadiums throughout the world. Come and join them and run with the best in the annual Great Ethiopian Run, Africa's biggest road race with more than 30,000 participants. Ethiopia is the birthplace of coffee. For most Ethiopians, the traditional coffee ceremony, with 3 separate and consecutive servings, is an integral and fundamental part of social life. Imagine the cutting and shaping of mountains of hard granite with simple hand tools of chisels and hammers. Imagine moving a 500-ton monolith before the invention of the pulley system. Imagine the representation of a multi-story building erected in the very dawn of history. Imagine finding all this spread across one country. On Ethiopia's historic route, your imagination becomes reality. Here in Tigray, you can begin your journey in the place where Ethiopia's oldest civilizations took root and flourished. The temple at Yeha, the Stellai fields of Axum, the ruined palace of the Queen of Sheba, and many other historic sites may take you on a spatial journey of some hundreds of kilometers, but on a journey through time back several thousands of years. Here at St. Mary of Zion and Axum is the final resting place of the Ark of the Covenant, the original tablets of Moses. Here, legend, mystery, and fact are inextricably bound together. Here in the small town of Hamad and Nagash, you can hear the story of how the first Muslims were granted asylum in Ethiopia. Some 800 years ago, craftsmen set out to create a town carved from the living rock. From basalt, tuft and lava, they created one of the wonders of the world. Lalibela, your second stop on Ethiopia's historic route, a testimony to faith in stone. Here, ancient castles narrate the past glory of famous kings. Paintings and designs speak to us across the centuries. This is Gondar, your third destination on the historic route. Here is the very stuff of myth and legend. Jegol, the old walled city of Harar, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. A city with 97 ancient mosques, where men feed the wild beasts of the field. But it is real, and you can see and experience this when you visit the ancient walled city of Harar and explore the town inside and outside its 5 gates. The most powerful forces of geology and nature are at work here. This is an active volcano with a permanent lava lake, but you may approach it in safety. The mystery, power and beauty of nature are all on display here. Here a powerful river undertakes an underground journey. Sof Omar, a 15-kilometer long system of caves, carved and sculpted by the force and power of nature. In this country there are more than 280 species of wildlife, including rare endemics, roaming free on some of the most stunning scenery on Earth. You can find and experience all these marvels when you come to Ethiopia.
Thank you very much for your time. If you want to learn more, come to our community center. Our community center, South Rainer. You can come this Saturday or Sunday to celebrate our New Year. Thank you. Or do you have any question? If you have any question,
Yes,
Dr. Arula able to answer. Dr. Zikabimatu, please. He's historical. He answered any question.
It is very interesting to hear about the historical city of Harar. It is on UNICEF historical cities in the world. So why did Harar deserve that title?
Please say it again.
Yes, according to the film that we're seeing, Harar is in the UNICEF historical cities. Why did it deserve that title? What's the special about Harar other than the other cities of Ethiopia?
I don't know why they decided to name it that way. most probably, as it was said in the film, the 87 mosques. You don't find that number anywhere else in Ethiopia. So that probably made it unique.
To answer this question, the people who migrated from Turkey and living in this part of city, this city was, it has a building around it, and the Harare people were come from Turkey and they settled there, and they call themselves Harare, and still they are calling themselves like that, and the city gets this name from these people.
I was curious, when was the borders that are currently the geographic borders of Ethiopia? I mean, I assume those are fairly, when were they created? And I guess over time, I assume they changed. And I guess what would be considered to be Ethiopia? I guess if you look at the big picture.
If you look at the geography, on the south, Kenya borders it,
Okay.
Sudan borders it, and now north Eritrea borders it. And then if you go, when you go to the east, Somali land borders it. So, but you know, throughout its history, borders have always changed,
Right.
like any history of any country,
Right.
of any other country. So it's been, it takes the modern shape. Sometimes it decreases and sometimes it increases, depending on, you know, what Ethiopia to keep its identity has gone through many crises throughout many centuries. From the days of the Romans, Persians even tried, and so on. So the borders have changed many times.
If you were to recommend one good book about the history of Ethiopia, do you have a recommendation? Just one.
If you can get hold of Pankhurst's books. Pankhurst, the books he writes, he's written on cultural history of Ethiopia, the economic history of Ethiopia, and many others. So you can get hold of Pankhurst's books. Those would be quite adequate.
How many languages do they speak other than Amharic?
The recognized languages now are 80 actually, between 80 and 90 languages in Ethiopia. Yes.
They didn't mention Swahili. Nobody, no part has.
No Swahili is spoken. Swahili goes the southern border of Kenya. That's where it starts and goes down to Kenya and further down.
So the majority of population are Muslim in Ethiopia?
Well, the census that I know, that I have followed, doesn't say that, actually. About 50% are Christians, as the census points out. Between 35 and 40% Muslim, and the rest are different smaller religious groups.
Has this changed through like past 10 years or past few decades?
Oh goodness. Ethiopia has gone through a lot during the last 30, 35 years. A lot. That's why there are more than 3 million Ethiopians are outside the country, as they run away from it. So the history is muddied the last 30 years. Lots of things have changed.
But is it true that Oromo, they are majority in Ethiopia, right?
Yes.
And they are more